This is Nshadow, a Grandmaster Duel player and streamer. I'm using his gameplay since... yeah. Besides that, Season 3 Duel hasn't been the best. I chalked that up to a couple things. Titan camping, late game meta, hunters are OP, and spawn timers. So let's start with the most annoying. Titan camping. One solution to Titan camping is to change the map so that the Titan is further away from base. As of right now, it is extremely easy to Titan camp and just wait for your opponent to make a mistake. By making it farther away from the fountain, like in Clash, this gets rid of Titan camping and allows you to actually win the game. You're still gonna basically have a 2v1 between your opponent and the Titan, but at least they can't regen every 3 seconds. Another solution I heard was from Duke Sloth, who said,
and in all honesty, I don't see a problem with simply removing the Titan reset mechanic for Duel.
At first I agreed with this, but it rewards gods with high clear and doesn't really allow for any kind of comeback. And if this were the case, then why would I ever want to pick a late game god if I could just pick an early game god like Neath and just pretty much PvE the whole time? Which is why I think this Clash sort of layout would be better, because you can still Titan camp to a certain degree. Since the Titan reset mechanic will still be intact, enemy gods or enemy players will be forced to stay in the Titan area where they can get attacked longer, because if there wasn't a reset mechanic, they can just poke in and out every wave. This plays a lot into the next topic I'm going to cover, which is late game meta. Okay, this is really going to be a 2-in-1. Late game meta cannot really be touched on if you don't touch on the respawn timers. That's because when you kill someone early, they're going to respawn in like 2, 3, fucking 1 second, right? That early into the game, it barely gives you enough time to get red buff. And the way it is right now, if he would come back and contest my red buff and I would kill him again, he would still spawn in like 2 seconds. It's like the penalty for dying isn't that drastic. Yeah, you get an experience lead, but if I'm able to come back and defend my tower in like 3 seconds, then you're not going to be able to take my tower. And if you can't take my tower, you can't get to my Phoenix. So the game's going to go on longer, and the longer the game goes, if I'm a late game god, it's going to go in my favor. I'm suggesting that for every kill, the respawn time increases. Not for how many levels you are or how long the match has been. This makes it easier for mages and warriors who can't really easily take down the Bull Demon King like a hunter, push objectives, and extend their lead. You might be telling yourself, but that's snowbally as fuck, dude. Yeah, it kind of is, but then again, that's the point, so early game gods have a chance against these late game gods. And, like I previously said, if we have that Clash Titan reset layout, then they can still Titan camp to a certain extent and be able to come back into the game if you do fuck up. Well, this one kind of already fixed itself, right? And the recent patch notes, Golden Bowl was removed, and we're receiving a new relic called Thorns, aka Shield of the Underworld. For those of you who are new to Smite, Thorns was basically the anti-ADC relic. ADCs will still be strong, just because their tower push is just, you know, it's what they do, right? They're also strong because they're able to build Frost Talus, which is Frostbound Hammer and Hasten Fatalis. With those two items, you'll not only get health from Frostbound Hammer, which is good in the 1v1, but you can kite forever since you're going to be faster and you're going to be slowing them down, or your chase down potential will be really good as well. But really, this is just a simple fix. Let's make Frostbound Hammer only for melee characters. Frostbound Hammer is never picked up in Conquest as an ADC, so this will just really be a good change for Duel and not really affect Conquest at all. So now that we've removed Frostbound Hammers from ADCs, it leaves them with Haste and Vitalis, which is annoying, but you're sacrificing DPS for the passive. There are some things we can never change about Duel, such as AMC, who is just fucking awesome at pushing your shit in, Hoi, who is tailor-made for 1v1s, Kali passive, Chrono Soul. But I feel like the changes I've said with longer respawn timers, allowing you to get bull deminking or push objectives, tie-in being further away from the fountain so you can get poked out while defending your tie-in and get your tie-in chunked at, but still having the reset mechanic so you don't get your tie-in chipped at one auto by one auto each wave until you lose. And Nerfing Hunters a little bit. It's obviously not, end all be all, but I do think this will help. If you have anything to add or anything you want to criticize me on, feel free to do so. Just, conversation piece, pretty much. And that's pretty much it.
Yo, 19 about to move on to 20, trying to make it to a level where I can say I got plenty, but dreaming isn't cheap. What's the point of visualizing all your sleep when you won't get up and get it and make it to your scene? You're willing to sacrifice whatever you have for your queen, but it's hard to stay on track cause you want to be